Now I thought of this.
Okay, what's up guys? I'm Sean, your host, Shots with Sean. We're here at Maximus Studio, one of the best gyms, if not the best gym in Hong Kong. I would highly recommend coming here if you're around. Sheung Wan Central. The vibe is amazing, the trainers are really cool, and we've got some really cool guests on board today. We're going to talk about bodybuilding. It's a really interesting topic that I've been quite invested in for a while, and I couldn't have got better guests on. So if you guys could give a little introduction to the viewers.
I'm Jefferson, the director of Maximus Studio. This is Martin.
Yes, I'm a personal trainer at Maximus Studio as well.
I'm Amanda, and I'm a professional bikini athlete in the IFBB Pro League.
I'm Issac, and I compete in men's physique in the IFBB Pro League too.
Before we start getting to the topic, most people don't really know what bodybuilding is. So for example, if I have to explain to you what football is, there are two teams. They're going to score goals in 90 minutes, and whoever scores the most goals wins. So with bodybuilding, if you could explain to the viewers or the audience out there, what does it entail? Judges, viewing, all that. So you guys have competed it. I'd like to hear about it.
I think you should talk about bodybuilding. You should talk about classic.
I don't know about bodybuilding.
Yeah.
Talk about physique.
So what
Why will I know about bodybuilding?
You did bodybuilding, man.
So
bro.
When I was 16.
So let's break it down. Like, how are the rules? Like, are there classes for this or weight classes?
Let's begin with the first one. So this is men's physique and bikini.
Yeah, and there's classic and bodybuilding.
Yeah, there's classic and bodybuilding.
There's actually a new division called wellness, and it's more popular in Brazil, right? Yeah, it's a new division.
Yeah, in Brazil is the biggest division.
And when you guys compete on stage, how many people can enter in the competition? Like when the judges are viewing it?
On the stage?
On stage.
It depends on the competition.
I think the one we compete mostly in is called the IFBB Pro League, like the NPC. I think that's what we all. And then there's a lot of leagues, but that's the major one we do. And then the amount of people is like around the world.
Yeah, and the IFBB Pro League is the only league that will lead you to the Mr. Olympia stage in the USA. So it's the biggest league and also most recognized one.
Okay, so all of you guys have competed before. Now this is pretty incredible because it's a very dedicated sport. How long does it take to prep for a competition? Like, let's start with the Global Classic, right? You guys, Amanda and Jeff competed in December 2020.
Yeah.
Right.
How long did that take you to prep?
I started prep in January 10.
Yeah.
Because the competition's supposed to be earlier. But they kept postponing, so I pushed my diet all the way to December.
So 1 year.
So it was the whole year.
One whole year.
1 whole year. And you, Amanda?
I started cutting in July.
July.
I was aiming for a show in Thailand, and then it got cancelled, so I went to the Global Classic. So
You started in February, I think.
Really? But February I was in maintenance calories, and in July I started to cut down.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. And so, what did you guys weigh in on stage on that day?
On the last show, I was 107 kgs.
107 kilograms.
Yeah.
And you at your bulking phase at what?
My bulking phase, the maximum was 130.
130. Okay.
130
You'll see that photo right now, before and after.
I was fat.
Yeah, really fat. So this is what people don't understand the concept of. How many meals were you eat? Like how much were you consuming a day?
3 shakes a day and 6 solid meals.
6 solid meals. And do you know on average how many calories that would hit a day on your daily count?
Around 5,000 plus.
5,000 plus.
We didn't count calories, but we were counting the amount of food. It was about 280 of protein, like meat, and then rice was about 300.
300
each meal.
Okay. Every day, same meal.
Yeah.
Wow.
He was eating the same thing for the whole year, man.
Yeah.
The whole year, yeah.
What the hell?
And then we're using a lot of oats as well, a lot of protein powder.
Okay. So we had a chat about this the other day about if you need to build muscle, right? You should be eating more frequently, right? Is that the rule of thumb?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you can't eat like like your whole year amount of calories in like one day, and you expect yourself to get big, right? You have to eat 365 days. It's the same like we can't eat just like one whole meal in the day. We need 6 meals.
Okay.
Break it down. So it's the same. You have to, because you can't absorb that much in one meal.
So that's not a myth. You.
It's not a myth. Like
Okay.
it is true. And then you can only absorb the amount of percentage of food
Right.
in that meal.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So I wanted to move on into like your training schedule. I see you guys training hard every like, was it 6 days a week, 1 day rest, 5 days a week? You know, I've heard interviews with Dorian Yates. I've seen Chris Bumstead, all those guys, how they train. What was your split like when you were preparing for Global Classic?
My split was 6 days a week.
6 days a week.
Monday was chest, Tuesday was back
Mm-hmm.
and lower back. Wednesday was shoulders and arms. Thursday was just lats, more isolation.
Okay.
Then was shoulders on Friday
Right.
and legs on Saturday.
Okay.
Plus every day 45 minutes of cardio.
Wow. On top of that.
Yeah.
Amanda, what did you do?
I split.
Yeah.
I was doing 5 to 6 training days a week
butt?
and
65 days of butt,
and
butt
5
training.
days of cardio. So actually, there's no complete rest day, you know.
Okay.
So
So you.
5 to 6 weight training days,
Mhm.
and the other day I'll do a longer cardio
Right.
without
Okay.
weight training.
So.
And I do an upper lower split usually. So on one training day I do glutes and back, and then hamstrings and shoulders.
Okay.
So to maintain my metabolism.
And okay, so this is and we need to take the shots, guys. Sorry.
Have one shot of each.
Let's go.
One
go
shot
one
of each,
shot
and
of
then,
each, okay?
then we're good to go.
I want to
Okay.
see.
We ruined the start of the show, but
So
don't worry. There's no
this
rules in
is
this
Jeff,
podcast.
right?
We can
anyway.
just cut this back to the front.
Each
No,
one
no, no,
has all the cups are vodka.
Yeah, to start with.
Okay, let's do
Let's
vodka
go,
first.
guys.
Let's go
Now that you
vodka.
guys are eased into it.
Alright.
Yeah. All right. Cheers.
Cheers.
This
Thanks.
is gonna ease me out of it.
Man.
Now I shot of this.
Later. In a bit.
You haven't had yours.
She gave it to me, man.
Drink it.
She had it.
Go on. There you go. It's gonna
This
be
makes
bad.
me like think of competing.
Yeah.
Why? In what way?
Dude, I drink like I down like shit ton of vodka before my show.
Same here.
That's not.
No more fun.
I really hate vodka.
That's so funny. Going back to your training schedule, going to failure is imperative, right? It's important.
I believe it is.
You need to do that to get that size, to get that look.
If you don't go to failure, you're not recruiting all the muscle fibers, not exhausting them.
Okay.
So you want to recruit the fibers and exhaust them.
And you can, the best way possible is through heavy load, or you can go through time under tension and recruit more muscle fiber.
Both way work.
Both way works.
But I think loading, increasing loading, that's something that's gonna get you bigger.
Mm-hmm.
But also if you do metabolically, it will get you bigger. But I believe long term is more the load.
Okay.
Both work.
Right.
But you see bodybuilders that are massive
Mhm.
and they don't do heavy. Let's say Ronnie Coleman lifting
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and versus Jay Cutler. They're different.
They're different, right?
Yeah.
Ronnie Coleman is more that heavy.
It's extremely heavy.
Extremely heavy.
Does
Yeah.
that ever concern you about the future on like maybe your joints and the longevity of how you're gonna feel and like maybe the bone density, or Ronnie Coleman is just an exception?
Yeah. I don't think we do like a lot of 1RM testing.
Okay.
Right.
I don't do that at least.
No.
I don't do that like too often.
Mm-hmm.
Like maybe like 3 months. Maybe that's it.
Right.
And like Jeff said, like we do a lot till failure, and that actually does like help us in like recruiting a lot of muscle, and especially when we're cutting down, we burn a lot of calories with it. And yeah, so when you're cutting down, we want to burn all the sugar.
Right.
Yeah, so that's why we always like go all in every set, especially when we're cutting down. We do like a ton of super drop sets and shit. It'll help you to get leaner, like faster.
Leaner.
Yeah,
Mhm.
but then when I'm bulking, I don't do that. Like I don't go like, oh, I'm gonna do the failure. Like if I do like a 140 bench press and then I don't drop set and then go again, I don't do that in my like bulking up phase.
phase.
Yeah, because I don't want to burn that like much calories and like put too much pressure on my CNS. Like I'll be like the next day I can't even function. Yeah,
Mhm.
so maybe like in my bulking phase I don't do that.
I always use the word in athlete sports about peaking. When do you peak in bodybuilding in terms of your prime condition, you know. How do you feel before the show? Like, let's say maybe a week before the show.
Yeah.
You must be quite drained, tired, or
Yeah.
are you feeling quite?
How do you feel, man? Back then?
Yeah, Martin, what do you think?
A week before
tell
my
me,
show.
man. You still
1
remember
week
that?
before my show.
You still
10
remember?
years ago.
1 week before my show, I had
Yeah,
pizza.
when did
That's what I remember.
when did you come?
Did you get that from Ronnie?
I was like 20 or 21. It was
Was
a very long time ago.
South Africa?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was the first time, so it was not like to the level of them. So.
But still, it's still something
It's
like.
still bodybuilding.
It's still bodybuilding.
Yeah, I mean, I did like a cheat meal every week. Like,
Oh yeah, and you
That's
still.
actually fine, I think.
That pizza was a cheat meal.
yeah, and I
The
mean,
last
I mean,
1 week out.
yeah, literally.
Was
yeah,
it
yeah.
approved?
I mean, and I still got leaner. So I mean, something must have worked.
So what do the judges actually look at? You know, like, do they look at how big you are, how lean you are, or the combination of everything?
I think that goes back to what class we do.
Okay.
Yeah, why don't you talk about
Yeah,
classic? Classic.
So basically, if you look at the person doing a pose, imagine it's just black and white. You're not seeing the person, the muscles, anything. Just the surroundings of the person.
Okay, so it's just like a blank canvas.
Yeah. So
Is this
that's
classic?
the physique.
This is classic.
So you
right?
want
Classic.
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 So you want to see the lines around, the symmetry, the waist, the shoulders.
Okay.
Not without looking at the muscles, the cuts, anything.
Right.
Just imagine like you're looking something that's completely black. You just
Uh-huh.
see the surrounding.
Okay, I understand.
And then the judge would judge also by how big you are,
Mm-hmm.
how shredded you are, how you present yourself on the stage,
Mm-hmm.
like your energy on the stage.
And energy includes posing, right?
Yeah, the posing.
And
Yeah,
proportion.
people forget about that.
Yeah.
That's an art in itself,
That
right?
is a big art, man.
I got for men's physique. I got Issac.
You got
We had
Yeah, that was a quick one.
That was very quick. We only had two posing sessions.
two posing because like, when I see you guys pose, you guys are sweating and stuff. It's like
Yeah.
I think his class requires more like you know, like cardio, I think, or
Flexing.
flexing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Because you need to learn how to brace first,
mm-hmm.
how to keep your abs in a certain way. Then you need to learn how to mount the pose.
Okay.
But every pose is adjusted to how you look the best.
Like,
And you want to hide things that you parts of your body that are not good. You want to show what your best part.
so technically, you're trying to. It's like an illusion in a way. Like you're
Yeah.
sculpting your body and seeing the best pose.
In a way, you flex also will affect. But then once you master that,
Mm-hmm.
then there's the conditioning for pose.
Okay.
So you need to develop conditioning for posing.
Okay.
Because on the stage you're gonna hold for a few minutes, and you're gonna hold the same pose for probably for a few
For a
seconds.
few minutes. Like,
Yeah, the whole
thing.
time you're on the stage.
When they're comparing.
Yeah.
wow.
And ideally you wanna be like flexing. You wanna keep flexing your abs.
Mm-hmm.
You wanna keep semi-relaxed, flexing, but it's not fully flexed.
Okay.
So that's very tiring. But for classic, when they ask you to do all the poses and holding,
Mm-hmm.
is very, very taxing on the body because you're contracting some muscles very hard, some not. So it takes a lot of coordination. Like, because you're synchronizing a lot of different muscles and you're holding, but you don't know what you're doing because you have to feel it.
Wow. Okay.
Well, a lot of people, they do the posing properly, but then the condition for holding the poses is not good.
Yeah.
So you start to shake or you lose the, let's say
Tension.
you're flexing.
And okay.
Your abs, like it happened to me, like my abs were good in the beginning and then after 4 or 5 minutes it was numb, I could barely feel it. So I wasn't sure if I was flexing properly or not.
Wow. So it's down to that real like tiny
Yeah.
margins.
It's really hard to feel
Yeah.
like when you're on stage, like you don't know.
Because you're
Yeah.
tired from the prep, you're depleted from
Yeah,
everything.
yeah, I can imagine.
So it's very hard. If you see a guy on the stage the whole time, perfect line in the abs,
Mm-hmm.
that he's
That is
conditioned.
work.
That okay.
Yeah.
That is work.
That's work. Okay.
Yeah, that is work.
I'd like to hear from all of you. What's the hardest part of prepping for the competition going on stage? What do you think? I'm sure you'll have different views or the same views. What's the hardest?
Oh, I'm gonna sneeze.
You want to sneeze?
For me, the hardest part, probably just
It could be even like, for me competing, the hardest part would probably be sometimes like I feel I'm probably the hardest worker in training football, but it probably sometimes fear gets to me the most.
Right. Yeah.
Just that like that like doubt in my head, like competing versus training. So
Right.
what is it for you guys?
I think from my one experience was, I think the evenings was for me the hardest. Like trying to fall asleep hungry was for
Okay.
me the toughest. Because during the day you have your meals, right? And then
You
if
don't
you
have like much food at night.
and if you have your last meal at 10 or whatever, and you can't sleep, what do you do? Well, that's what.
Do you cheat?
No, I mean you just try and drink water and sleep.
Drink water. So
Everything else was pretty easy for me. I mean, like training was fine. Like,
yeah.
I don't know. Some guys would say they, struggling to train properly or they lose strength and stuff. No, I didn't feel any of that. I just.
Okay. Amanda?
I think the hardest part was to keep my heart rate high during cardio in a very low calorie diet.
Your heart rate high.
Yeah. To keep burning fat and keep raising up the metabolism with a low calorie. And to judge with my coach when to do a cheat meal or a refeed to boost up my metabolism.
Okay, interesting. What about you, Isaac?
Yeah, I always like struggle to get like a much size because my frame is really small. And then
That's good to know.
no, my frame is
small. I don't know.
No, my frame is really small, like, to be honest. And then it took me like quite a few years to really pack on that amount of meat. And then that's why I struggle because when I'm on stage, though you have a lot of meat, but the other people, for example, like maybe if I stand against Jeff, he's like really broad.
Oh, okay.
So you know that the frame. So the frame is actually a big advantage and then like disadvantage for me. And then that's why I really need to know I don't really know how much size I need to pack on in order to match like against like people with wide frames. So and then in the end, I really don't know how much I need to bulk up to.
Okay, to get it.
Yeah, and then because even if I bulk up to this size, I'm not on stage yet, and I don't know how I should look on stage. So and then I struggle with that.
So height can be an advantage, right?
If you're tall and you can build the same amount of muscle,
I was about to say.
Okay.
If you can have some mass, because if you don't, then you will stand out as well.
you will stand out like a stick.
Okay.
Even if he's big, he's not gonna look like the shorter guys. It's gonna look different.
Yeah.
So I think that's the art of bodybuilding.
Yeah.
So because different people have different types of frames, and some are small, some are big. So the people with big frames, they have the disadvantage of they need to pack on a lot of muscles to look full. But for a small frame, they don't need as much muscles to look full. And the judging criteria is about the proportions, the condition fullness. So it's a sport for every kind of frame.
Yeah. So it's basically that's
As
the art
long as you work the best version of yourself.
to match your frame.
Yep.
Okay.
My class, like we don't really need to get that big.
No?
No, I don't think so. Like you just have to look like super like symmetry, like have really good symmetry, and then the proportion is right, and then you got a really good V taper, and then your shoulder, your groin, and then your knee. Like when you do a pose, it's like a straight line, and then if that's like a good straight line, then I think that would be a really good like physique to be on stage, because we're not talking about like muscle mass. Like it's very very subjective. You have to look like, the body has to look like perfect on you. It fits you.
It fits you, right?
Has
It's
to
like
fit you.
It's like an individualized thing.
I think whereas bodybuilding, you just have to like look like as jacked as possible and then as shredded as possible.
I like it looks in me.
Is that right there?
I mean, it changes all the time also, what the judges want.
Okay, I'd like to actually touch upon, you guys are the first actual Asian IFBB pros, right?
Asians.
No,
Couple.
nation.
Couples.
No.
Couples.
Couples, yeah. I think we're the first Chinese to do
First
it.
Chinese to do
Yeah,
it.
I think the Koreans stole our title.
So guys, if you don't know, these guys are professional bodybuilders. So if you guys could explain, is that like you guys, for example, are like like athletes in terms of any sport? Now you can only compete in professional competitions.
Yeah, that's what we do now. So competitions, so how do you turn into a pro athlete? Is that you have to win a competition that anyone can compete in. So for example, if you're doing a competition, I got mine in Malay, and so people around the world can go into that show, and then you just have to compete in different classes, and then when you win your class, then every class's winner has to come out and compete again. And then if you beat the other class's winner, then you can get the overall title, which you can turn pro.
Yeah,
But
these shows are called pro qualifiers.
Yeah.
Pro qualifiers. And once you turn pro, you can only enter into the pro shows. Okay.
Yeah.
So the winner
Kinda
of the
sucks.
pro show can go to compete in Mr. Olympia.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the
But it's
biggest
so
one.
limited
That's the
because
biggest
in Asia there's not a lot of pro shows, and it's super competitive in Asia because because when there's not a lot of pro shows here, but the people from the States can still come over, and then that's why you got to win the pro show in order to really reach the world class stage, the Olympia. Yeah, so it's really.
And there's a big step up, right?
It's a big step up, man.
Okay.
Everyone's a pro. Everyone's just like you.
You need coaches to coach you during that stage, or you can coach yourself?
You can coach yourself, but I don't think I would do that.
No? Okay.
Yeah, because it's kind of, it's because I've been competing in amateur shows for a while, but then I've never really competed on a pro stage, and then so I really need someone to tell me what's right, what's wrong, and I need someone who's actually prepped someone that's pro, and someone actually is a pro.
Yeah.
And that can actually help me out a lot in experience and what I should do, and judging criteria is so different, like from amateur to pro level.
Yeah, I think it's important in any sport to have a coach to see that outside view.
Yeah.
Even
Definitely.
if you're really good at the top end, you see the best athletes, the best bodybuilders.
Yeah.
I think you need a coach, right, to help you guide you along the way. That outside perspective.
Yeah.
Going to like, what's your thoughts on having training partners? Are you? I know you're a big advocate of it. Do you like that? Like,
Training partner is the next level of training.
you think it's necessary?
Yeah. If you want to go to the next level, you need a training partner. Because if you train alone, you cannot push as much. They can help you to do extra reps. If you're not in a good mood, they can push you up.
And those count.
Everything counts. The intensity of training is much bigger when you train someone.
I remember that. I never do like session again. Go and walk for days. Should we try this?
Yeah.
But this one is.
What's this?
This is.
Cachaça. This is a drink from Brazil.
It's still vodka?
No, it's made of sugarcane.
Sugarcane.
This is
Sweet,
intense.
The same method as tequila,
Tequila?
but instead of sugarcane.
Yeah, it's not sweet at all.
Let's go, guys. Round
This
two.
is, I think this will be stronger.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Yeah. Oh.
Dude, that is intense. Oh my god.
That one burns your tongue.
Oh.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Wow.
I think that one will be stronger.
Guys, you have to try this one in a bit.
Okay, this will be the last one.
We have to do it.
I got training tomorrow, guys.
Doesn't matter, bro.
So I go back to when I think in 2014, what got me into weight training was I just wanted to look better. I mean, I'm skinny, but I want to get bigger and I wanted to get with girls. Simple as that. I was like, this is the reason why I'm gonna do it. What was?
High five. That's what I was doing, man.
That was
you, man.
That was young kid. But what was your main reason for getting into like bodybuilding, weight training? Did you like it for the way you wanted to look, or did you like the endorphin effect, or what was it?
Well, I've been trained since I was 16.
16.
Yeah, so
You
now-
modeled though, right?
Yeah.
You modeled before that.
Yeah, so I used to work out, but I wasn't serious.
Okay.
I worked out a short time, then I stopped workout. Then when I started modeling, I started to work out again.
Hmm.
So I was in shape, about 8% body fat year round.
It's crazy, man.
But the
crazy.
problem with modeling is the size. You have to be very small.
Yeah.
And I was always a little bigger than usual. So I couldn't get bigger, like at all,
Okay.
for many years.
You're not allowed to, right?
Not allowed. The clothes don't fit.
Wow.
'Cause I'm already super tall.
Mm.
My bone structure is large, so if I put a bit of muscle, the clothes don't fit.
Okay.
And then after that, I started working at gym, personal training. Then that's when I started to really try to put on size.
Okay, and that's what got you kind of addicted to getting bigger.
Why'd you quit modeling?
Well,
Yeah, you're super.
Too big.
Actually,
I like
I never
being
asked.
better. I like training more.
Yeah. Why'd you do that at first then?
Well, modeling, I was traveling all over, so that was
True,
the best
true,
part.
Yeah, that was good. Yeah.
How about you, Martin? What's your favorite part?
I did not model. I mean, I think I just also wanted, just like what you said, like just well, not about the girls really, but yeah, that's also
Just want to look better.
yeah, that's always felt like, it's nice to be able to take your shirt off and have everything in proportion,
I think people are shy about saying that, but at the end of the day, I think we all have a bit of narcissism in us, and it doesn't really matter
It
too
sounds,
much.
it sounds stupid, but,
But still,
when
like-
you get to the beach where you're the one taking your shirt off and you're in shape, then every guy wants to talk to you and know what you're doing, and you know, what you're eating, where
That's
you
so
train.
true.
Well,
that's so
You
true.
know,
I
so
found out
everyone
that-
starts talking
That's
to
so
you.
true,
know?
yeah.
That's, but I found out that girls at the end of the day, I don't know, girls don't really care about how you look. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Well,
It's
I mean,
more,
like,
you know,
I don't think she thinks that.
yeah, I was gonna say not like bodybuilding.
She was like,
girls,
really?
no, to an extent, like you don't want a dad bod or anything.
She looks
Yeah.
at she looks at everything from the red outs to the calves, you know. I mean,
Oh,
like,
yeah, real dad's
average
not
girls
good.
this one
Your
6
forearms,
packs.
man, and your neck muscles.
Yeah, everything. I mean,
No,
like,
okay, let's be real. When Jeff was about to stand on stage
Mm.
and he was posing, all the guys were looking at him and
yeah.
they were just like training.
That's all bromance, man.
You know, it's like you're more like they're like that, not in a gay way or anything. We're
Yeah.
just like
Yeah, you
in
admire.
awe.
Like,
You
yeah,
admire
yeah.
that. So
Yeah, well, like girls who don't train, who don't understand the sports and what it takes to build muscle. Like she understands it, so she knows the
She-
hard work. But
okay.
your average girl who don't go to the gym, all they want to see is 6-pack.
Anti-social.
Yeah, all they want
Yeah.
to see is like a 6-pack and some biceps. That's all they care about. The
Mhm.
guy looks good in a t-shirt. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
They don't know about like, you know,
Naked.
yeah. That's why they will think they look freaky on stage, right? They're gonna be like, oh, that's too much, but they don't understand the sports and what it
Yeah.
takes to get.
Jeff can't wait to try.
Isaac, what were you doing? You always what age did you train? What
I
did-
started when I was like, I think around 18. Like all you guys, man. Like, just wanted to look good, man. Yeah. And then so much for like, and then it was for sports. It was for rugby.
Oh, you played rugby,
I
yeah.
played rugby, and it was for rugby.
Started hurting people too much, so he stopped.
No, I got too many injuries, man. And then I just like got into bodybuilding because I looked up to like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Mhm.
Like I think a lot of people do look up to him, like when we were like kids.
Mm.
And then I just wanted to like look like him. So but and then you might ask why am I doing why I'm not doing bodybuilding like a class, because like right now I'm not really looking up to the, like, I'm not saying they're not good, but they're really good, but I just don't want to look like them. Like I want to like look like more like a physique, like Arnold style, like back then, like
Mm.
not too freaky, like too over. That was what I was looking for. And then
Okay.
so I might step up to like classic or something. And
Interesting.
then, yeah, but for now I think it's physique. Like these two classes are the classes I like. And then yeah, but back
Is-
then I was like, I looked up to Arnold.
Right.
Then that's why I went into bodybuilding.
A lot of younger guys look up to Arnold. You know,
Yeah.
even I didn't know much about it, but I mean Arnold was like the face of everything. So
He was the face of bodybuilding. Right?
yeah,
like
I mean you don't even have to know the sport, and
Yeah.
he's just like,
Yeah.
wow, that
He's
guy's-
there.
He's there.
It's
so
like the Bible.
yeah, like the Bible.
It's the Bible.
Basically the Bible.
It's the Bible.
That's where it all started.
Is it lucrative if you're at a high level? Is it a lot of money involved? Do you think, or
Oh. How about you guys? I think it's quite expensive sport, man. Like
You mean like
It's
money
like
as well, as
expensive.
in
not
It's
expect?
like- it's like-
as in like
Expensive and time
like
consuming.
price?
no, I'm talking about winnings. Like, can you earn?
Oh.
Can you make a living off it?
Oh,
That-
living.
Yeah.
Definitely not.
no, definitely
No,
not. That's
no,
even
no,
worse.
no.
Okay, no
Mostly
money off
from the
this. Man.
sponsors, right?
It's in the
Huh?
sponsor.
Mostly from the sponsors.
Mostly from sponsors. Like if you have no sponsors, man, you're not gonna get any money from this sport. Like especially if you're in like Asia, the growing countries, there's no money like involved. Like you win, and if you lose, you pay the money to join the competition, and you lose the money too. Right? So basically, you don't earn anything. You're actually paying for it. So
Yeah. Also, like the amount of meals you eat must be a lot of money.
Actually, I don't
You
spend
can-
that much.
You can budget, I guess.
The way I do is very budget. If I eat out, it would cost a lot more.
Yeah, I probably spend more.
That's because I meal prep every single meal.
That's yeah.
But you definitely put more into the sport when you get out, no doubt. Like money, time,
yeah, definitely,
Mhm.
yeah,
everything. Like
Time's
I
a
mean,
lot,
you
time
could be
consuming.
dieting for years, training, and then
yeah.
you lose in 2
Yes.
seconds on stage and
Yeah.
done. You
Because
know,
no one actually knows what you've been prepping for, man.
spend thousands. Like the outcome is not that. I mean, you gotta do it because you love it.
Right.
Yes,
Right,
you
right.
really have to
like,
love this
like
sport.
you're not gonna do it because you want to win money or whatever.
Yeah,
'Cause I mean,
it definitely isn't about the money, man.
I mean, I guess even when you get to Olympia,
You still get
Never
money,
like-
like you get a lot of money, but,
but that's
Not-
once.
not
but only
much.
one
Yeah,
person
that-
gets
that's,
it, man.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah,
So even like second, third, fourth place,
they
they
still get a little bit, but not as much as the
A
first
few
guy.
thousand US dollars.
There's still a few
I'm
thousand
not sure.
USD, I think. I don't know. Is it 100K?
Somewhere around there.
Oh,
probably.
Yeah, but it's still not gonna.
yeah.
I think the
it's-
winner gets
150.
50,000.
Yeah, but it's only the winner. But
Yeah.
there's
Oh,
a
the
lot
winner
of.
for Mr. Olympia.
It's only for Mr.
The other
Olympia.
competition is
Yeah.
2,000
way
max.
low.
Get a protein shake and a shaker.
And they give you protein shakes. Well, it's
Get a
still good.
blender and stuff.
That's still good, man. That's
Couple
still
of
good.
t-shirts.
Thank you. They give you a sword for it.
Does it get quite nasty or malicious in terms of competing against the individuals that you're competing against? Like, as in, like, do you guys have any rivalry, or is it pretty civil?
I guess if it's personal, if there's someone there that you have a problem with, maybe it could, maybe it could get fun, you know. But I mean, if you don't know the guys, then
I think it's rational.
yeah,
It gets pretty rational. I don't think that it's not like Kai Green and Phil He.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's
so that. Yeah.
They're like rivalry, but I think they're cool now.
Mm.
But I don't think, because we don't really know each other in the competition.
yeah. You get a
Okay.
guy coming from a different country standing
Yeah.
against you. You have no
I
idea
know
who he
that
is.
guy, man.
He might be your next best friend, you know. So,
Yeah. The only time you
Yeah.
see the other guy is like on Instagram. That's it.
yeah.
You don't even see him. Yeah.
And there's like no physical contact like any other contact sport. Cause,
Yeah.
But even then with Phil and Kai, you know, they say it was more because the crowd wanted to see them like having a go at each
Have a
other and
go
stuff.
at
So
each
they
other.
say a lot of the time it was more like, what do you say, like staged, or it was more like pretending. It wasn't like they really hated each other. I mean, there was probably some times where they did, but most of the time it's just that they know the crowd want to see that stuff. You know, it gets the
Yeah.
people going. You know, so
I think that's
Just like made up.
actually the opposite. You know more friends from the competition.
Okay, so you get a
Yeah.
more
Yeah.
community.
Yeah.
You know more people
Yeah.
from around
And
the
you
world.
want to know people that's about your same level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you start talking about it.
and you met your girlfriend there.
Yeah. She slid into my DMs.
Oh no, it's the opposite.
She was like, hey, she was like, hey, nice lat spread,
Nice chest. Nice inner thigh.
nice inner thigh.
Alright.
My first competition was with Amanda.
Yeah.
You were
Yeah.
there as well.
I was there too, yeah.
Yeah, three of us
we
competed
were
together.
actually in the same comp, like
All
first
guys
years
in the
ago.
same lineup.
First time competing.
Yeah, first time competing.
First
Yeah.
time competing?
Yeah.
It was his first time competing, my first
Yeah.
time. It was her second time, I think.
Yeah.
Was it?
Second time, but it's the same season.
Yeah. So she's
Yeah.
actually the
Still
master. We're actually like newbies.
No.
This is the last one. I'm not having any.
Where's yours?
Here.
Alright, let's go.
Amanda, dude, come on, dude.
Yeah, man, give her some.
Do you want?
A little bit.
Little bit, right? Not too much. I'm gonna drink it, man.
Give her a single from that.
Okay.
That's it, man.
Okay,
She
you
can't
didn't
look.
even
Well,
go down.
She can't
All
even
right,
look.
cheers, anyways.
She can't even look.
Cheers, man.
cheers.
How
you
strong is
sure?
that one? This one's
This is
45.
Everything's 40. This is 45.
Yeah, let's go.
Gotta prepare myself.
Wow, that's
I think that's better.
the worst.
Worst? Really?
It went from easy, intermediate, very hard.
That's very hard, man. Look at them.
Ah.
Look at his face, man. He's so upset. Okay, so you should zoom into this like it's like China vodka.
This is
Okay, well, yeah, I think we covered most of the topics that I wanted to actually chat about. You guys were quite clear on that, and I think it's really interesting to spread the word about a sport like this that I think is still growing.
Yeah.
It's a really popular thing, especially on social media, on Instagram, Facebook, whatever you want to call it. People see it and they're like, oh, I want to do this, but it's a whole new ball game, as you guys have
Yeah.
explained. It's a lot of dedication, a lot of hard work, a lot of preparation and discipline to do that. So before getting into it, I think people should be aware of what they are getting into.
Yeah, man. It's tough work.
It's
Are you
tough.
gonna get into it?
No, I'm not, because maybe I'd like to compete
Yeah.
on one of the competitions.
Next year?
You could.
Yeah, I think I could. Like if I don't have any shoulder injuries, I'm happy to do that. I love to try something new. I mean, I'm not there to win it, but
I mean, you get the novice shows, you know, something like I did, so
Yeah.
anyone can enter.
Novice
anyone
show.
can enter. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
as long as it's your first time
Yeah.
doing it. There's a lot of platforms like for everyone to go to now.
And they put you like
In your
similar
weight.
level, like
Yeah,
weight.
They put you into the people who've competed the first time. You'll still see freaks, but
Yeah.
at least it's the first time.
There's some guys who's been
Yeah, that
hiding
would be
for.
really exciting.
There's some guys who's been hiding for 50 years and then
Yes.
compete one day.
You might see something like that, man. You really don't know. How'd you know, man? Come on.
They hide for a couple of years and then come out.
Bolt for 50
Is
years.
that you?
No,
That is you. That's actually you.
I'm still trying.
Don't be like yourself.
I will hide for another 20 years.
Good. Well, guys, let's end off with this quick fire round that I did with the last episode. So, if you guys want to swap cards, the rules are you guys have to. Isaac has to guess what Jeff's choices
Jeff.
are, and Jeff.
He's gonna get for Jeff.
And Jeff has to guess what Isaac's choices are. Okay. If you guys lose,
CrossFit.
if you guys lose,
That's bullshit.
if you guys lose,
Choose
you guys
yoga.
have to do a shot.
There we
Okay.
go.
No, I'm already.
So the wrong one has to take a shot?
No, okay.
Alright, let's do it, man. Let's do it. So I start first?
Yeah, and then answer it.
And then I show the answer to the camera.
Yeah, and then you can. Okay. So
With vodka?
So say it out loud. Say it out loud.
Okay. So, Jeff, rap or rock? Let's see. I choose rock. The fuck? You can't do that, man. What the hell?
No,
You can't do
it's
both?
It's rock and mini.
That's bullshit.
I
You do both, right? Bullshit. Okay, but he put rock there, okay?
Okay, so you got it right.
It's rock. Okay,
So
it's
correct.
bullshit, man.
Okay.
It's bullshit. Okay. Yoga or CrossFit? Okay, so that is a hard answer. Okay. Yoga or CrossFit? Man, personally, I don't like any of them, man.
Yeah, it's Jeff though.
I put CrossFit. Like,
Oh.
oh, it's yoga! What the fuck?
That must be a lie.
This is a lie.
That's the 200 reps.
Wait, you do yoga now, man.
That's just listen. That's one wrong. One right, one wrong.
No, oh, wait. You're not gonna get any of mine, man.
Show us it done with dog first before we leave it.
Okay,
Wow.
biking or rowing? Man, that's bullshit. I put biking. Biking. Bike, yeah, that's bike.
Okay.
That's bike, okay?
So put the right in
Yeah,
it.
that's one. That's right. Chest or back? Well, it's hard, man. That's really hard. So he does like 2 backs a week.
Ah.
So it's back. So it's back, yeah, it's back.
Ah,
I know your routine, man. So PlayStation or PC? So he has a
Switch.
He has a
Easy,
Switch.
that's easy.
So it's PlayStation. Yeah, PS4.
That's easy.
No PS5.
Yeah, that's easy.
Not yet.
Right. So breakfast or dinner? That's a hard one.
Because he eats.
He eats. Yeah, he eats both of them. Man.
I don't have.
Yeah, that's pretty hard, man.
He takes both pretty serious.
She's giving me tips. Okay. Jeff posts breakfast on story more.
Usually post.
I'm reading his face.
What is the question again?
That's
He likes to post minced beef
What was the
and rice
question?
cakes.
He posts minced beef and rice cake. That's normally in the. That's normally in the morning. So I pick
Often a couple of
breakfast.
strawberries there as
Breakfast?
well.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. A couple of strawberries.
A couple of
Yes.
strawberries with the mince.
Breakfast. That's dinner. Fuck. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. All right, deadlift or squat? He hasn't deadlift for like ages, so it's squat.
Must be square.
Yeah,
What are we
must be-
doing now?
Must be squat, man. Yeah, there we go.
So how many? You got 2 wrong, right?
I got 2
Okay,
wrong.
not bad, not bad, not bad. So you have to get.
Yeah.
Do you
I
want
know you, bro.
Now you.
I've been
If you get
stalking
more
you.
than 2 wrong,
You know him better than me.
cannot look Jeff. Okay, let's go.
Okay, so first question is cereal or ice cream?
Poker face.
Ice cream. Cereal.
I put cereal, bro. That's 1 down.
That's bullshit. You never eat cereal. You always eat ice cream.
I eat cereal, man.
When do you eat cereal? I never seen you eating
I
cereal.
always eat cereal.
You always post on it.
I always post it so you don't look at my
Never post.
Instagram.
Yeah, don't you put it in the big box?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
man.
do, yeah.
Even he sees
All
it.
I see when I see Isaac's face is 5 guys. That's all I
Yeah,
think
that's
of.
all I see.
That's all I see. When I see 5 guys, I think of Isaac. When I walk in, I'm sure there's a poster of Isaac in the shop there.
The
Five
Five Guys
Guys.
doesn't sell
Coffee.
cereal or ice cream, right?
Okay, you can say.
Coffee or pre-workout? Pre-workout.
Oh! Oh! He doesn't know me!
I was gonna say coffee. I've never seen him take pre.
I never seen.
I've
him
never
taking
seen
coffee.
Isaac take pre.
No, he likes the coffee. The
Pre-
I
fruit,
always
I've
take
seen
coffee.
the filter black coffee. Yeah,
I never take
I've never seen
pre-workout.
Isaac take pre-workout.
See?
No, he drinks
Yeah,
a lot
he
of black
never
coffee.
I
takes
never
pre-workout.
take pre-workout,
Yeah,
man.
he drinks a black coffee.
I use black coffee always. He lost confidence, man. He's just getting one
Nervous
more
now.
wrong. One
Nervous
more
Chicken
wrong.
or beef?
One more wrong. Huh?
Chicken or beef? I think it's beef. No.
Beef?
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Good
Yeah.
Ah.
It's beef, yeah. I like
I
steak.
was gonna
Yeah,
go
let's
beef
go.
as well. Yeah.
Okay, movies or series? How the fuck am I
This I don't know.
This is so hard.
Unless
Why
they
am I supposed to
Netflix
know
together,
this?
I don't know if they meet up.
We always watch Netflix, but you won't know that is like a
Movie or series.
Yeah.
I have no clue.
I'm allowed to help,
Yeah, of course.
but
You
I'm
can
not.
help him, man.
I will say I think he's a serious guy.
Yeah.
Series.
Wow.
Okay, you know
Good
this.
idea.
Oh, this is Five Guys. McDonald's are Five Guys. Five
If
Guys.
that's McDonald's, it was wrong. Yeah.
If you said McDonald's a lie.
That's a bullshit, yeah?
That was easy.
Yeah.
Singing or dancing?
Oh, that is so hard, man.
None of the
I
two.
struggled with this, man. I struggled with this.
Singing or dancing?
This is like
Definitely
yoga or
none of the
CrossFit,
two.
It's like
right?
yoga CrossFit, man.
I would rather want to see him dance than sing. You know? So I would go for dancing
That's
because
what
I
I
would
was
like to see him dance. Yeah. Go for
Trap.
dance. Let's go dance.
Trap.
Sorry, dance.
Let's say we want to see him dancing. Sing. You chose singing.
No.
Actually, he used to sing the covers for the artist.
Wow.
Really?
So the
He used to
To be in a
yeah.
choir.
Ages ago. I used to
Cantonese
do a lot of
songs.
singing concerts.
So you got a voice of an angel.
Competitions. No, not anymore.
Sing for us now.
Not
This is
anymore.
also quite hard.
Not anymore.
What's
Yeah,
this? Hugging or kissing?
How am I supposed to know this?
Well, I've
No,
never
this
seen them
is
kiss.
tricky, man. My questions are way harder than his
Yeah,
questions.
but I jumbled it.
I've never seen
jumbled
them
the
kiss.
cards,
I jumbled it.
I've never seen them kiss. So if he says kissing, it must be a lie. They hug a lot.
We definitely kissed so-so.
I've never seen them kiss. I mean, maybe unless they make it up in the bedroom, but in public they don't kiss a lot.
Who knows?
I think it doesn't look like the kisser. He's too serious for that.
The kisser sounds so...
He doesn't look like the kissing kind of guy. I don't know.
Hugging.
What?
Kissing or a little bit more. Kissing or a little bit more. Wow, okay.
See, how am I supposed to know this
Of
question?
course,
Alright,
we're not
alright,
going to kiss in the workplace, right?
I would like kiss in
You
a
should.
workplace,
Alright.
bro. Just think about like competing like in your peak week.
No problems.
Feels like no problem.
Good, guys. That's a wrap. Thank you so much for coming
Good
on.
one.
That was a really fun podcast. I hope to do it soon.